There's a time for everything we do under the sun. A time to keep things and a time to throw them away. See, I have a story to tell, where I have been and where I am. Was wondering why life seems so hard, and how can I get out of my mess. Hiya and welcome to Gracie the Inspired. I hope you're having a wonderful evening or afternoon or morning, wherever you are watching me. I hope you're having a wonderful time, and I hope, life has been good to you or fair to you, because these days, when you have fair, you're even grateful. And I hope you're well and you've got good health and you've got support wherever you are. I hope you are doing okay. Today, I'm going to be talking about relationships or friendships, particularly talking about reason, season, or lifetime. I've read somewhere, which I'm sure a lot of us know already. It's just like I'm kind of just here to reiterate that relationships come in different ways. It could be for a reason, it could be for a season, and it could be for a lifetime. And it is very important that as humans we're able to identify what kind of relationship every relationship we find ourselves in should be. Is it for a reason? Is it for a season? Or is it for a lifetime? Why am I talking about this? I'm talking about this because I've had experiences with relationships that were meant to be for a reason, and I've made it for a season. Or were meant to be for a season, and in fact, I think I have a tendency to make most of my relationship, or want to force most of my relationship to be for a lifetime. I always just feel like, oh, you shouldn't throw away people. You should just always try to make things up to people and make people happy, and that there's no one who you should dispose of, anyhow, because I don't want to be disposed of. But the truth about life is that sometimes you have to dispose of some relationships, because if you force a relationship that is meant to be for a reason or a season into being a lifetime, it can become a thorn in your flesh at the end of the day. I'll give you a little story. So I have a friend who, I've known from like way back, from childhood and everything. And there was a season in my life when we were in high school, and I was really close to this friend, and really close. And I just thought, oh yeah, this friend is here for life, because this person has proved themselves over and over again, and I just love them so much. I don't want to ever lose them. I don't want them to ever leave my life. I kind of like was always looking for an opportunity to keep this person in my life. And then there came a point where I could sense that we were not on the same page, because when we were younger and close, we were like on the same page. Had the same goals in life, had the same desires of fashion, boyfriends, and whatever you can say that teenagers would usually have. So we're like on the same level. But with time, as we grew older, we grew apart, because we had a different vision. Maybe I became a mother first, or she became a mother first. I'm just giving a scenario. And and maybe she went into maybe did another different course, I did another different course. We had different circle of friends. We just had different, we just went different paths, right? And then all of a sudden I realized, oh wow, this person is back in the same city that I live in. And I just thought, oh my goodness, I'm going to reignite my friendship. This is a lifetime relationship. Yeah, right. And then sorry guys. And then I just kept trying, to make it work. At first, it was the most amazing thing ever. Like, we just connected again. We just, started to talk about childhood, to talk about how we grew up, the crazy things we did, have a laugh, and, talk about our present, get to know what we're up to and all that. And at first it seemed like, oh, this is dream come true. Like, I just got someone that I can trust again in my life, like someone from my past. Because somehow as humans, we just, when you've had something consistent, some of us don't like to try new things. That's what I realized as a person. I'm always afraid of losing the old things or the old people in my life because I don't want to try something new. It's like sometimes I'm used to eating white rice, for example, and then I'm given brown rice. It will taste different, you know, because that's not what you're used to. So some of us sometimes are just used to, you know, relationships, and we feel so secure in them because you don't have to do much to be in that relationship, and you just feel like, oh, I feel safe here. Like, this person knows me from way back. This person knows me from way back. And I feel safe, you know, that this person is here because I think it's just normal for you to feel safe with something you're used to. It's like family. You grew up with family, your siblings. They're like the closest people to you because you feel safe with them. You know that, oh, this person knows everything about me and still got me. But sometimes we should realize that the safe part might not be the right part. You know, like if you always play safe in life and you just don't want to give your emotions out to, you know, you don't want change. You know, there's a saying that goes, change is the only permanent thing on earth. Yeah. So if you are not willing to change something in your life, then you're not willing to grow. So yeah, and I'm going back to my story. I just kept, you know, investing in this relationship because I'm like, oh, safe zone. I don't want to change. I don't want any new relationship, you know, that I have to start to get to know this person all over again. Not realizing that we've grown apart and not been together for years, meaning that I don't really know this person anymore. You know, until some signs started coming up, and you know, this person was just bringing in some signs, and I'm like, this is not the person I know. This is not the person I know. This person seems different. This person seems, and but because it just felt safe, I was just like patching and patching and patching until it exploded. And you know, the thing about patching relationships or patching friendships is that you endure, and then you get to a limit, because everyone in life has a limit. Everyone has an edge. You know, no matter, every wall has a corner. You know, no matter how you try to walk on the straight part of the wall, you will get to a corner at some point. So everyone has a limit. Everyone has a corner where you get to and you're like, oh, I'm done. Like, I can't do this no more. I'm done. You know, so things just kept cropping up, like all sorts of character problems and just general, you know, this person was just different, had different motive, has different passion, it just became so draining. Like, I need to be out of this. It's so draining. Like, there is no point being here, because you just end up becoming enemies, and you don't want that to happen. It's better for you to be acquaintances, and from a distance you can still be friends, than become enemies and then you're beginning to count, oh, I don't talk to this person, I don't talk to that person. That's one thing I hate. I don't like having enemies. Even my friends will say sometimes you need to have enemies, but I don't know. It's just like, if I feel like I've offended someone, I just can't sleep. I'm just like awake all night, like, oh, how can I make it up to this person? How can I make it up to this person? How can I, you know, what did I do wrong? I blame myself. I think it's kind of an inferiority complex kind of thing. Like, oh, maybe it's my fault. Maybe it's my this. Or you might even be saying, oh, it's the person's fault. So, you know, but you can't sleep. If it takes sleep from you, it becomes a problem. So the kind of person, my personality, when I'm not at peace with someone, it takes sleep from me. So it's better to be able to identify. I should have identified at the point where I was kind of trying to refresh old relationship, that this relationship was meant for a season, and that season was over. So there was no point, you know, getting too close to the person at this season of my life. So we all have different seasons in our lives. Some seasons is like, you know, I always talk about hills and valleys. Some seasons you're high up there, sunshine all the way. I'm happy, everything is working. My family is cool, my kids are fine, my job is fine, everything is all rosy. Yeah, but there are times every human being goes through different seasons in life. There are times that you just feel like so low, and you're just like, I just can't be bothered, like things are not working the way I want them to work, and life is not the same, I'm not happy. if you don't have solid people in your life at this point, that is a time when a lot of people contemplate suicide. That's a time when a lot of people harm themselves. That's a time when a lot of people go down the line of depression. So it is really important to keep solid relationships, but be able to identify if it's for a reason or for a season or for a lifetime. So I'm going to point out some things that could help you know if your relationship with someone is meant for a reason, a season, or for a lifetime. So when someone is in your life for a reason, it's usually to meet a need that you have expressed outwardly or inwardly. They have to come to assist you through a difficulty, or to provide you with emotional or spiritual or physical help. And they may seem like God sent at that time. And yes, they are. They are like angels, guardian angels in your life for the reason you need them to be for. This is just for me to just say, just like me, if you find yourself in a situation where you feel like, oh my goodness, my relationship, I don't want it to die, I don't want it to end, I just want to keep every friend like for a lifetime. I just want you to know that you're not alone. Like, we all have that phase in our life, but the Bible says that there is a time for everything, and there's a time to keep and there's a time to throw away. Just with relationships too, there's a time to keep people in your life, and there's a time to let them go, because if you keep them when you're supposed to let them go, it might just end up in something really bad. I'm just going to point out some things that has helped me, and I hope can help you in deciding what kind of friendships you have to keep for a reason, for a season, or for a lifetime. People come into your lives for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, as we've said. And when you figure out which one it is, then you would know what and how to keep those relationships. So when someone is in your life for a reason, it's usually to meet a need you have expressed. Maybe there's something, that you have expressed that, or you need this, you need help for this, or you need a support for this. Maybe you're going through issues in life and you need that support. Maybe you're going through a challenge, you need that support. Or you have a business and you're doing a business together, or you have the same vision and you're following your vision and sharing dreams, and like the Bible says, iron sharpeneth iron, and you're there to sharpen each other. And that is the only main reason why you have met that person, or that person is in your life. So they've come to assist you through a difficulty, or you have come to assist them through a difficulty or a phase of life. So that kind of relationship is for a reason. And then sometimes they've come to aid you physically, emotionally, or spiritually, or even business-wise, as I've mentioned. And they seem like God sent, Yes, they are like angels in your life, because at that point in time, you need that kind of relationship. And therefore, the reason that they need to be there for. And when that reason is over, you can't, because we have different phases in life. You go from one phase to the other. When that phase of your life is over, you don't need to force that relationship. Yes, you can still have them in your life, but not like as close as it was before, when you were in that reason of relationship together. Then without any wrongdoing, sometimes, actually sometimes those relationships, once that reason is over, it's just like, okay, we're in school together, that's why we're friends, because we study together, or we have a vision together, or we're doing a project together. That reason is why we're there. And when that project is over, that relationship has to end. So sometimes without wrongdoing, or on your part, or even at an inconvenient time when you feel like, I still need this person, all of a sudden the person will say or do something to bring the friendship to an end. Yeah. Or sometimes they walk away and they don't look back. Sometimes they act up and force you to take a stand. Force you to say, okay, I'm not doing this anymore. But what we must realize is that our need has been met, our desire has been fulfilled, and their work in your life is done. So when their work in your life is done, let them go. Let them go. The prayer you sent up to God saying, God, I need help. Lord, send me help, has been answered. And it's time to move on from them. Don't stick to friendships or relationship that is for a reason and want to keep it for a lifetime. No, you don't do that. So always learn that when this might need to be in another person's life for another reason. So let them go and don't force it. Some people come into your life for a season because your turn has come to share, to learn, or to grow. And they bring you an experience of peace. They bring you an experience of peace, and you feel like, oh, I don't want this person to go. Because this season is just beautiful. We're having this season together. We're either crying together, or we're laughing together, or we're having fun together, and we don't want to let it go. But that when the season is over, it's always good. It's just like when it's summer. It's summer. When it's winter, it's winter. When it's spring, it's spring. When it's autumn, it's autumn. You cannot make a cold season of winter, you cannot make it warm, except you're in your house and you have your heating on, of course. And you can't change that season. That is the season the way God has made it, and that goes a long way with our life, our daily life, and our relationships too. That season that person is meant to be in your life, it's all beautiful and it's rosy, and you don't want it to end. But if you force it, it just ends up in disaster. So when that season is over, that person is meant to be out of your life, let them go. Let them go so that it doesn't end up bad. I keep saying. Yeah? They usually, sometimes, those people that are in your life for a season, they usually give you an unbelievable amount of joy. And you just feel so happy. Oh, high up there. I've got this person. But believe it is real. But it's only for a season. It's only for that season. When the time is up, let them go. Be willing to change. Be willing to let go. Lifetime relationships teach you lifetime lessons. A relationship that is meant to be for a lifetime, it will teach you lifetime lessons. Things you must build upon in order to have a solid emotional foundation. Those people are the people who don't patronize you. They tell you things the way it is. They know that it is for good, even if it's going to hurt you. Your job is to accept that lesson that they teach you in your relationship and love the person that is truthful to you, because in life we hardly find truthful people these days. Everyone is just people pleaser, or for a reason, whatever I'm going to get from you, what can you offer kind of relationship. People actually are always thinking about themselves when they go into a relationship with you. Oh, what does this person have to offer? So if you don't have anything to offer, they really are not bothered with you. But lifetime relationships don't care about what you offer. They don't care about what you do. You call them, you don't call them. You hang out with them, you don't hang out with them. They're just always there. Sometimes even so silently, you don't even know they're there. People who are in your life for a lifetime, there's a saying that says that you choose your friends, but you can't choose your family. Family does not need to be in my life for a lifetime, but you can't choose them, so they're there. Good or bad, they're there. So you just have to deal with your family and deal with, that is. But when it comes to friendship and love and relationships, and this person is just in the corner, there's some people that are just in the corner. They've just watched you year in, year out, and you don't even acknowledge them because you're busy with other friends that you have for a reason or a season, because those ones are like blooming and flowers in front of you, and they look all perfect, and you actually don't have time for. You don't have time for the solid relationship of that person who is in your life for a lifetime. Please, take account of your life. Take account of your relationships. Take account of your friendships. Note those people that have been stable in your life and have been there for you through thick and thin, and have stood by you, and have always put the pieces of your life back together. You will have one of them. There might not be a lot of them. So don't lose them. Don't lose them. Don't lose them. Acknowledge them. Tell them you see them. When they correct you, take correction in love. Because, sometimes love should be harsh. It shouldn't be all rosy, rosy, rosy. If it's rosy, rosy, rosy all the time, then there's a problem. We don't meet people by accident, you know. They're meant to cross our path for a reason, or for a season, or for a lifetime. So some people, you know, can stay in your heart and not in your life. You love them, but they're in your life for a reason or a season, right? When that time is past, change and love them in your heart. You know, let them stay in your heart. Let them stay in your heart. Think about them and appreciate the moments you spent together. And don't force it to become lifetime. Yeah? People enter our lives, again I say, for a reason, for a season, or a lifetime. But we only get disappointed if we try to force relationships beyond our purpose. Because the purpose for the relationship might be for a reason, then you force it to be a lifetime. It might be for a season, then you force it to be a lifetime. It might be for a season, then you force it to be a reason. It might be for a reason, and then you want to force it to be a season. Don't force things. Don't force things beyond the purpose for which they've been created. Analyze your relationships and decide who is in your life for a reason, for a season, or who is meant to be in your life for a lifetime. I hope I've been able to say something to just, you know, trigger something in you for the better today. And I hope you've had a wonderful time, a few minutes with me. And it's been wonderful to have you here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for always supporting. Thank you for always coming back here. I appreciate you. I love you. And I wouldn't be me without you. I just want to say thank you for watching. Gracie, be inspired, and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. And know that I love you as always. Love you. I love you as always. Love you. Bye. Have a wonderful day. Love you guys. Suddenly I hear a soft, still voice.